Hello, and welcome to Judging by the Characters, a show that's not only a clear ripoff, but has about as much visible effort as the poetry which will be judged today, the Red Wheelbarrow. Poetry is often analyzed for its depth, every word having inner meaning that only those brave enough to dive deep into the psyche of the author can truly understand. However, all depth usually so apparent in most poetry ceases presence here. This poem, which I am now going to refer to with the title of Ready Wheel, starts off with a bang by using a fractured sentence to set up the next stanza, if you can call these stanzas. But my eyes initially glazed over what seems to be minus one word, a blatant restating of the title. How kind Mr. Williams is to those of his readers, cursed with short-term memory loss, for they would have never known the title if it didn't appear twice. But now that it's been ingrained into our heads, why exactly is this wheelbarrow red? What purpose is this stark color choice trying to represent? Well, red is the color of blood, and pain, distress, and importance. Clearly, Carlos Williams is trying to tell the reader in the most bold-faced way physically possible that this wheelbarrow is of importance. Or maybe it is just violence. Red might just be the pent-up rage you get from having to work a wheelbarrow your whole life. Or it might be the blood coming off the brain hemorrhage you'll get from dwelling on how light bounces off a fictional object in a poem. There should also be a hyphen here. I'd like to skip down for a moment, we can talk about the glaze later, because that last line, beside the white chickens, implies that whomever the owner of this wheelbarrow is, they have left it near animals who are known for jumping on things and leaving a very disgusting how do you do. We can directly correlate from this sterling conclusion that the wheelbarrow is inside the chicken coop. If it's not inside the chicken coop, then why is the chicken so far from the coop? Does the owner of this hypothetical farm not care about his livestock? Is Ready Wheel actually about the struggle of negligence? Simply put, the man doesn't take care of his tools or animals, which is why the wheelbarrow is wet and the chicken is close. The mistreatment of an item whose importance is ignored by those who lack the constitution to uphold any kind of consistent upkeep. So, we've established that this wheelbarrow is the importance to which lots of dependence is being based, but it's been outside for so long it's being described as glazed in rain. Glazed being an odd way to describe the state of an object meant to hold things. Only dense precipitation could properly coat the exterior to a point in which it could be considered glazed, even if rainwater could really only leave tiny fragmented droplets because, and those faint of heart might want to stop watching now, water's cohesive, and the speed at which rainwater falls would not allow that kind of spread to occur. Carlos Willie apparently doesn't understand the full mechanics of water. Though, in reality, this poem doesn't really understand what it's doing either. Take, for instance, the chickens. What could the chickens represent? If the color of the wheelbarrow has a supposed deeper meaning, then white is the perfect color for unyielding profoundness. Maybe Ready Wheel is trying to represent the color white as some purity through divine intervention. Gods are usually associated with white. Maybe Carly Will is trying to get the reader to understand religion's importance in one's life. The chickens are supposed to be angels coming down and seeing us mortals destroy all we build over petty things like not putting a wheelbarrow in a shed overnight so it doesn't get wet. Or maybe it's just a badly written f***ing poem.